Good evening. My name is Leilani Castro, and today we'll discuss and talk about another educational thinker that helped construct the future of education with critical pedagogy. You may follow along with the details of the video with the educational thinker handout attached. Paul Frieire was born in 1921 and died in 1997. He is one of the founding figures of critical pedagogy. Frieire came from a middle-class family of six, struggling under the effects of 10 years of Great Depression in 1929. He uses his life experiences as a teaching tool to impact educational views of what we know now as critical pedagogy. In 1970, he uses those same views and understandings of his experiences to write a book called The Pedagogy of the Oppressed, which it was the lead of this movement, and he described education as a movement of freedom or educational freedom. He sustained that educational theory was defined as a liberating theory, a theory that is centered on the underdeveloped nations among the disadvantaged minorities. He pretty much describes in his book the hard doings of the poor to find education and to have their opinion, to voice their opinion because nobody wants to listen. He observed the relationship between teachers and students and into society. He supported the motions of democratically learning, where everyone is a participant during the learning process. He believed that some educational processes were authoritarian in nature, where it was made to control and manipulate how students are treated as objects rather than as knowing objects in the learning process. In other words, he opposed on pattern-based teaching because through that, it was a way of dehumanizing and disregarding the knowledge of the students. The students didn't have a way how to communicate what they already knew because the only way how the teaching patterns or banking educational work, it was one way educational process from the teachers to students. The two students didn't have a say so on whatever they want to learn or if they got anything out of the teaching lesson. In these views, he studied the understanding of critical educational. He revealed that the understanding of self, you can understand others. And by doing so, you can develop the critical thinking way and you weigh how you think, you can teach others to think critically as well. During his work, he discovered that he was driven by curiosity, and curiosity, as he says, it creates the virtue of understanding. In his views, Freud also argued that educational is a necessarily and it has to be the main purpose, it has to be non-neutral process. And he favored on the critical problem solving dialogue approach of teaching and learning, where it was a group section where people had discussions. The main component of the learning, as he sustains, it has to be with questioning, with criticizing, debates. It was also encouraged. Dialogue becomes the central part of the learning process in pedagogy, according to his views. Problem solving was also called authentic or liberating education, where the teacher and the students have something to learn about and to contribute among each other. He also sustained that learning was a collective way where everybody learned from each other without you losing your self personality and your views of reality. All you're doing is learning from other people. His way of learning and the way of his thinking is that you are existing and you exist because you are willing to move and to become change as you learn. Thank you.